Welcome back, everybody. Back again with another Core Keeper boss tutorial on how we defeated it in our run. Now, my name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun little videos here on YouTube. Okay, we're talking about the Hive Mother now. This is one of the main bosses that you have to fight before you can continue on down the road, down south in order to the next biomes. And now I'm gonna kind of go over what we did. Once again, we got spikes. Love, love, love our spikes. Okay, so why are we placing the spikes completely around the Hive Mother? Well, because when you spawn in, when you spawn in the area and you start hitting the Hive Mother, she will start to bring out her little minions. So a bunch of little slimes are going to come out and little slugs are going to come out and begin to attack you. And as you do, you can run in a full circle, or in this case, a full square of all your spikes. And as you do, all of those will continue on to hit all the spikes, and the spikes will completely take care of all the enemies that are going to attack you. And as you do that, you are going to continuously attack the Hive Mother. So it's basically like a continued loop, 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 loop. And the best thing about it is the spikes won't take any damage. They won't actually lift up, or unless you accidentally hit them yourself. So you'll see here in a few seconds exactly how we go about doing it as soon as we start the fight. And then, like I said, you just keep going around and around and around and around and around and around. Now, if you don't want to use spikes, that's completely up to you. A lot of people, just like the other bosses, you can go ahead and you can use bombs. The thing is, though, is like spikes are so efficient and so cost effective, right? So why not use spikes? And especially when it's in a rage mode, it's very hard to get away from them. Now, one thing I did notice, which was a little bit different from the demo, which I don't know if they changed the Hive Mother at all, because I looked at the patch notes, I saw nothing. Now, before, when we were playing in the demo, when we were fighting the Hive Mother, a ton of acid was basically littered everywhere. So we had to go in there and we had to clean up all the acid before going to the next stage of actually fighting the Hive Mother. So that is something that was a little bit different this time. I noticed that there's a lot of less acid, and that's what the little yellow stuff is. If you basically walk on that, you take a lot of damage. Well, not a lot, but you take enough damage to basically make your character need to heal. So as you can see right here, the Hive Mother is just getting to the point where it's trying to spawn in all its little minions to come and attack you, and we're just basically standing on spikes. So as soon as it gets to us, we just run to the other side and continuously basically do that. Now, of course, the Hive Mother shoots her little I don't know, like acid shell or bomb or whatever it is at you, and you can easily just move out of the way. Now, in the enraged side, though, is when things start to get a little bit spicier. And you start to see a lot more things coming to attack us. But once again, we just continue our rotation around, and it's the easiest route to do this. A few people have died doing this one, so it's one of those things where you're not like foolproof with the spikes. It's not going to stop you entirely from taking damage, obviously, because you have to make sure that you obviously have enough room to walk on. The one thing that we did wrong in this fight is we kind of limited ourselves to the space around. Now, if you replace spikes and you replace the flooring that you're doing, so for example, if you look at the flooring, which is the Hive Mother flooring, looks like baked beans. If you replace all those with spikes, with different, for example, like wooden flooring, you don't have to worry about those little things spawning in those areas. So that's why I think if we did it a little bit larger like we did previously, then we would not have much problem running around, and we wouldn't end up on walking on acid. So that's just my recommendation of something that I could have done a little bit differently. But of course, it's entirely up to you, and you could do it an entire different way if you really want to set it up. But either way, if you just keep running around in circles. Now, another route that we have done before is where we have 4 little squares in each side, where we have basically in the middle, we have enough room to run up. Now, the only problem with that is it lets the Hive Mother have all of its larvae just kind of run towards the middle and protect her. So that's also not recommended. So I think this route here is a perfect thing to do. We've done it since the demo. It's worked flawless since the demo. So I do really think that it's the best way of attacking. And of course, you don't necessarily need any crazy weapon. I mean, I'm using a tin sword right here, so you can use whatever weapon you want. I would recommend not using a copper pickaxe if you can help it. But if you have nothing else, for sure you can do that. But I would really suggest waiting until you have at least a tin or iron pickaxe, or sorry, sword if you can use it. And you can already tell that even even while it's getting to really, really low HP here, it's still really easy for us to keep hitting this, and it's just about to get even easier, and the loot is basically ready to ready to flow out of the Hive Mother. So this is the easiest route to do it. Honestly, I think that one time we might end up seeing spikes get a little bit of a nerf. I'm not saying that they're very overpowered, but they definitely make it easy to kill the first 3 bosses, which I think is maybe it's the way it's meant to be. Maybe spikes are like that key ingredient that help you actually get past them. But of course, you know, I could see spikes taking a little bit of a hit because of how easy it is to fight all 3 bosses with them. But now we got to the next boss after these 3, and let me tell you, it's not easy at all. So just brace yourselves, because bosses start to get extremely hard as time goes on. And that's why this game is so in-depth and so amazing, and makes it, you know, the way it is. So, but of course, if you want to watch this full video, start to finish on how I got this, there's links going to be in the description. I hope you enjoyed watching my tutorial on the 3 bosses. And as we get to the next one, I'll make my video on how we managed to complete it as well. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video, and enjoy your loot from all 3 of the bosses. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.